I'm trying to figure out why individuals would want to commit crimes, instead of doing something else. For example, instead of committing a crime, why not take a vacation? Instead of committing a crime, why not just sleep in your bed? Instead of committing a crime, why not just read a book? Why not just read a book? Imagine that. Individuals who commit crimes don't think about those things until they have to. Hear this, and I'm going to let you hear what I think in a second. Say in a second, you know what I mean.
5 years, 30 years, nigga, that nigga shit carry life. Federal life.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man.
Yeah, this ain't no young thug motherfucking state RICO. This nigga got murder for hire charges. Kingpin shit.
That's crazy. That's a crazy life to live. They do say you never know what the future holds for you. But imagine that. Little Durk went from living, I'm assuming he was living good, and I'm assuming right now he's living bad. The reason why I say he's probably living bad right now is because they said that he has an opportunity of getting a DP. You know what DP is, right? DE, you know what it is. Death penalty. Think about it. Which one's worse? Getting that DP or life behind the bars? I'm not certain, but one thing I'm certain about is that I started hearing about things that I wasn't supposed to hear about from listening to Lil Durk's music, for example. I started hearing about switches and things like that. And I said, what's a switch? What's that? Then I finally figured out what it is. And I said, Lil Durk, unfortunately, he's been promoting crime, violence, and the things, he's been putting out there in the airwaves. Imagine realizing, you know what, I'm never gonna be free again. Free is just a word now. Free used to be, I'm living my life where, I could probably get up in the morning, make breakfast, and you know what I mean, drive, walk outside, see the sun. Seeing the sun is going to be, I don't know where Lil Durk's going to be locked away, but he's in the feds. I don't know if they're going to have him in a place where there's no sunlight, like where they have El Chapo. I mean, they might be next to the neighbors, I don't know. I mean, cellmates, you know what I mean. But that's a crazy way, to end up in life. To think that, I was just living my life and now I have to worry about maybe the DP at the bare minimum, life behind the bars. Lil Durk threw it all away. Not just him. Most gangsters or individuals say they're gangsters threw it all away too. I mean, it's one of those things right there where, your mind is not working right. You're not thinking clearly until you go behind those bars. Keep in mind you can face peer pressure on the streets. Imagine that. Imagine facing peer pressure on the streets enough to want to commit a crime. I'll never forget when Chuck told me. You remember what Chuck told me. But we're not talking about, Chuck said, you know what? If you don't want to rock, all you gotta do is go to jail. That's it. That's it. Chuck didn't know what he was talking about. But let's get back to the story. They said Lil Durk might have to face a DP, death penalty. I mean, one thing about money, they said Lil Durk had access to money. One thing about money, if you don't know how to manage it the right way, it could lead you down the wrong path. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine being led down the wrong path because you have money. Because this is what happens right here sometimes, right? You could just be a certain type of individual, whoever you are. But say you have money, for example, they said it will amplify you as a person. Lil Durk was faced in an unfortunate situation. Even though he thought, you know what, I'm making all this money, I could do this, I could do that. I mean, I could like buy nice houses, I could buy nice clothes, I could buy nice jewelry, I could buy, nice property with the money I'm getting because I'm making so much money. But unfortunately, one thing they can also do with money, you can make it corrupt you. And you can make it be your downfall in life. Happens to a whole lot of individuals. Because basically what ends up happening sometimes is they misuse their money, do unproductive things with it. And normally the consequence that comes along with that is usually not good. And that's what happened to Lil Durk right now. That's why he probably, at the bare minimum, they're saying he might never get out of jail at that.